What's going on, guys? This is Brendan, aka Drip, back at you with another deck profile. A special deck profile at that. This deck is the deck that I actually plan on running competitively this season. There's nothing really in the meta that I actually look like I would actually enjoy. This deck I've been working on for a while. Obviously, if you can't tell, it's Galaxy Eyes, Photon. Fun fact, actually, shout out to 3 Stacks from Team King the Games. He made me a fan of this deck, and just watching him make all the deck profiles and then show me the ceiling of this deck and how good it actually is, and it's just amazing what this deck can do. It's so versatile. It can do almost about anything, really. I'm just glad it's flying under the radar, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna get straight into the deck profile. Obviously we are running 3 of the Big Daddy. You have to run 3. I mean, it's like kind of like a Blue Eyes deck. You have to run 3. Yeah, even though he actually does a lot more for you than Blue Eyes would in a Blue Eyes deck, sadly, but it is what it is. He's really good. A lot of people actually like to sleep on his effect where you can special summon him. And I don't know, he's just so good. We are also running, a lot of people like to run 2 of this card. I like 3, because if anything else, worst comes to worst, he's a trade-in target, so you want to max out, in my opinion, on your level 8s. That's just me. Galaxy Knight is so good, arguably the greatest normal summon ever, and you'll probably hear me say that 1,000 more times too. We run 3 of them, and we run 3 of the best searcher in the deck. 3 Galaxy Knight, sorry, I know I said Galaxy Soldier probably on this. Galaxy Knight, forgive me. 3 Galaxy Soldier. Pitch card, search anything that's a Galaxy card from your deck to your hand. Galaxy Monster, sorry, but still, that's so good. So good. And we run so many Galaxy Monsters, it's ridiculous. And sadly, 3 of the card that needs reprinted the most in this entire deck. Photon Orbital. The hype on this card is ridiculous. I don't understand why. I mean, it was already high, but now it's too much, honestly. Bring it down, guys. Calm it down. There's no reason this card needs to be $50 a piece. I mean, come on. It doesn't really do nothing outside of its archetype. It's not like a Magician's Souls. It's not like nothing like that. I mean, bring it down. Come on. Bring it down. But either way, this card is very good. Definitely after Dual Overload. It's ridiculous. You don't even have to max out on it if you don't want to. I do, because I want to see it. Because if I have it in my hand, I can just bait hand traps out with the card we play in our extra deck. So if this deck can play through hand traps anyways, it's kind of insane what this deck can do. Then we play 3 Vanisher, another card that people like to cut to 2. I mean, in my opinion, if you can't put a Photon or a Galaxy card on the field, then you're just not running the proper ratios, and you need to reevaluate your deck. No offense, my opinion. Everybody has their own opinions. But 3 Vanisher, because you could even just resolve Sanctuary and special summon it. Then we run the one that gets bounced around a lot, Wizard. It goes from 1 to 3 to 2, 1 to 2 to 3 that people run. I run 2 Wizard because in the grind game he's good, and if worse comes to worse, you just normal summon him, burn your normal summon, and tribute it off to search what you need. Because this deck doesn't even really rely on its normal summon, which is kind of crazy. This deck can just pop off without requiring a normal summon. In my opinion, the worst card in my opinion in the deck, 2 Brave. A lot of people like to compare this to Blue Eyes Alternative, which it is very similar in the way it works. But I mean, it's one of those things where, my opinion, when you see this card, you don't need it. If I need it, I'll search it. But when I search it and I need it, it's good. But if I don't need it, it's bad. If that makes sense. And usually 9 times out of 10, the only reason I don't cut this card down is because the exact same reason I said we need our level 8s for trade-ins. That's literally the only reason I don't cut this to 1. I might cut this to 1 when Afterglow comes out. I'm not sure. Stay tuned for that, because whenever we'll get that, I really think we'll honestly probably get Afterglow during the Battle of Legends pack. It's just my opinion, I feel. But I hope it comes out in the Mega Team, because I would love to have Afterglow as a prismatic, but that's just me. But it's one of those things where I don't want to wait that long, but if I have to just to get a prismatic, I will. Then the next card we run of, I'm honestly thinking about cutting this to 1. I know I'm going to cut this to 1 when Afterglow comes out, is 2 Advancer. Yes, it's a good extender. Yes, it gets you to your rank 4s, and it's just a plus. I get that, but it's one of those things where I can search it if I need it. If I need it, I can search it. It does a lot of searching. So this deck does a lot of searching. So 2 Advancer. And then the 1-ofs, 1 Thrasher. I don't like 3. This turn 1, this card's a dud. Since I'm running a 40, it's actually 41 cards in the main, but pretty much a 40 card. If you're running a higher, then I can understand you want to see it. If you're running like a 60 card, like my boy 3 Stacks does, most of the time, then I understand you want to run 3. If anything else, if you run multiple copies, I can understand he could be a pitch card for like a Galaxy Soldier or something. But I only want to run 1. I run probably the greatest card in this deck, Galaxy Cleric. Originally, I didn't have this card in my build. In my build until I became like a super fan of 3 Stacks. He showed me this card, and it's disgusting. I see a lot of people running Pot of Avarice in these decks in the Galaxy House Photon. Why would you run a spell card that shuffles back only monsters when you can play a searchable Pot of Avarice that is sends more than just monsters back? You can send just 5 of pretty much everything in your archetype back for the most part, and still draw 2, and gives you synergy with your ranked 4s. It's just mind-boggling, because Galaxy Cleric in this deck is so much better than Pot of Avarice. It's insanity. And she's searchable too, so I wouldn't run more than 1. And then the last for the monsters is Guardian of Order, because it's a free +1. It's a free extender to play through hand traps. It's a free draw 2 off of trade-in if you need it. If you have 2 or more light monsters on the field, special summon this card from your hand. So you can overlay within your rank 8s. You can trade in, draw 2, play Sanctuary special. Okay, that's pretty much it's almost crazy not to play it. But honestly, it might not make the cut when we get Afterglow. I don't know. I'm still play testing with that build. Sadly, I don't have access to like any of the computer, so I can't play like any of the games on computer, like YGO and stuff like that. So I have to play test on the Yugipedia app. Shout outs to the guy who made Yugipedia. Such a great app. Now moving on to the spells. We run three god cards, pretty much. Sanctuary, this card is disgusting. It's a 1 card Soul Flare, 1 card Union Carrier. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy what this card is, and sometimes it's just, I don't know, it's just so good, so good. Like if you have a number 90 on the field and you already have Photon Dragon in your hand, you can just search this for a follow-up just in case they break your board. And with this, you can just recreate your board with just this card alone. It's so good. Moving on to the next, we have 3 Expedition. A lot of people like this at 2. I don't know why. I mean, I get their point. It can be bricky if you don't have a level 5 or higher, yes. But if anything, it could be ash bait. It could be anything. You could just bait out hand traps with it if necessary. I like this card at 3. through play testing so far, now that I'm saying it, I'll probably jinx myself and the opposite will happen, but through play testing, I have not seen multiple of these cards in my hand. Actually, I haven't seen this card enough, to be honest. So we play 3 Expedition. I'm just speeding through the profile because my last few videos have actually been kind of high up there. If anybody would like an explanation on the video on any individual card, just let me know down in the comments below, and I can make a video, or I could just explain it to you there in the comments. It's whatever you prefer. And then we run the card I've been talking about pretty much the whole profile. 3 trade-in. It's a pot of greed in this deck. We run so many level 8s, it's ridiculous. It's arguably better in this deck than it is in Blue Eyes, to be honest. We run so many level 8s. So many level 8s. Discard a level 8, draw 2. Okay. Alright. Now, if you've seen my other profiles, you've seen me proxy this card because I had it in quarantine, but I decided to actually bring them out of quarantine so people actually know I'm having them. I'm just not making it up. But we are main decking for if we lose a dice roll, 2 Lightning Storm. It's disgusting. Blow up back row, blow up front row, don't matter. It's gone. If you don't control a face-up effect monster. Face-up cards, actually, my apologies. If you control no face-up cards, wow. So it's pretty much going second card. Yes, it can be a dud, but I honestly decided, I opted to play these. I know a lot of people are going to give me hate for this. I opted to play this instead of the Tachyon Transmigration. Because my opinion on that is that I have the Tachyon Transmigration, so nobody go crazy. I know it's a disgusting card. It's arguably the most broken trap card ever created. But my opinion is I want Tachyon Transmigration when I know for a guarantee that I'm going first. So let's say I have Tachyon Transmigration in my deck and I lose the die roll and they go first. Well, I draw Transmigration and now I can't do nothing. Well, what if I had the Lightning Storm in hand and that would have been able to change the outcome of the game? That's my opinion on it. That's how I feel. But if you do not have access to Lightning Storm, that doesn't mean anything. You can substitute it for the Tachyon Transmigration. You can substitute it for Dark Ruler No More. You can substitute it for a little cool tech, a cheap tech, Dark Hole. You can substitute it for Dark Hole if you want to. Dark Hole is a very underrated card in my opinion. I just want Lightning Storm because it's versatile and I can blow up front row, I can blow up back row. It's so versatile against whatever I play. And if anything, it's a bait for a negate, because if you play, you have to play this before you play anything else. So if you play this, they don't know what you're playing, so they are forced to negate it. And then if they negate it, then you can just go off and just break their board and OTK if necessary. And then the next card we run 1 Rhoda, 1 Trance. If you're running a 40 to 45 card deck, please do not run more than 1 Trance. You are not going to resolve that card more than once. If you are running a 50 to 55, 60 card plus 60 card deck, then by all means run it at 2. Or if you're running Desires or whatever you run in your build, which I don't, in my opinion, I wouldn't run Desires. I hate that card. But if you feel like it's good, then if it works for you, that's all that matters, is if it works for you. It's all that matters. But I just don't see why you run Trance at 2. Rhoda, of course, is your 3rd advance. It's your 4th. Where's he at? Photon Vanisher. It's your 2nd Thrasher. It's just an extra body, and you can search and get what you want. And then the last 3 cards of the deck is Impermanence. This card got reprinted in Dual Overload. It's honestly how I got it. I was not going to pay $40 to $45 for an ultra rare when there was only 2 printings. I had a secret rare, but I gave it to my guy that's on the channel too. He has yet to upload a video, but stay tuned for that. He's going to be uploading a hero deck profile here soon. But I had a first ed secret rare, and I ended up trading it to him. So you'll see that probably in his deck profile. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, impermanence, can't say enough. I will my hand traps I like to play the ones that can't be hit by Called by the Grave. If they're going to stop my hand traps, I want them to be able to stop them with something else. Because another thing too is if you play the monster hand traps, a lot of people are sleeping on the card even though it was in last format, and that is the drivers, the Cyframe Gamma and the stuff like that. The Gamma can still hit hand traps, so they can main deck that and 3 Called by the Grave and pretty much have 6 Called by the Graves. But now if you play this, Gamma can't hit it. Called by the Grave can't hit it. They would have to already have a board established in order to hit it. That's why impermanence is so good. So good. When I play hand traps, but I really normally don't because I hate hand traps, but impermanence is just too good not to play it. I play the ones that can't be stopped by Called by the Grave, because if I'm going to slow my opponent down, I'm going to do it effectively. Moving on to the extra deck. You already know, represent every time. Every time I make a deck profile, me personally, I'm going to have him. You should already be ready for it. We play 2 Soulflare. So good. Such a good card. Negate a summon. Get whatever you need as a Galaxy or Photon out of your graveyard. Refill the hand. I can't say enough. It's just ridiculous. And it's a 2,000 body, for gosh sakes. And we play 1 Union Carrier. Probably made this deck stupid consistent, dummy consistent when it came out. The only bad part is when you link into this, you can't link it away. But you can do one of 2 things. You can leave it there and search something next turn if they don't kill it, or you can just absorb it with the Cyber Dragon Infinity and just increase Infinity's attack, because it gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. It's so just Union Carry is so good. So good. Searches it. What it does is you can search your orbital, equip your orbital to it, tribute the orbital off, and go search whatever you need off of orbital. We run 2 Photon Lord. Don't run 3. It's bricky. Don't run 1. It's not enough. This is combo right here. This is combo. You need this for combo. So we run 2 Lord. Then we run the Snatch, Poppity Pop, Steal It, Pop It, Pop It. It'd be crazy not to play it. Cypher Dragon, Cypher Blade, and Full Armor. So good, can't say enough. It just isn't. I love this deck. Like, it's honestly, I would rather play a deck that's fun than play a deck that's not fun, but I know I'm going to win every time with, because I know I can win with this deck. It can beat. It has a chance of beating pretty much almost anything, because it's that versatile on alone, without the pricey lightning storms or whatever else is in there. Just base alone, it stands such a good chance. It's such a good card. I mean, good deck and underrated. Now, I will say, compared to a lot of other decks, I do run what you've seen in my other profile, my Blue Eyes profile. I am running the Draglubion combo. I was running the Bushinki link, just like my boy 3 Stacks, but I cut it just so I can use this degenerate stuff while it's still here, because this stuff will get hit. Probably more so him than him. Or this will just get hit and take care of these 2, because if this is gone, then these 2 are pretty much gone. This guy is so gross. I mean, it's so nasty. And what's crazy is he's still only like a $6 card, $7 card. He's a generic level, a rank 8. He can't be targeted. Detach, to special summon a number dragon monster from your extra deck, and then equip another number monster from your extra deck or graveyard to the one that you special summon. So if you're going first, if you do not activate Sanctuary, I will say that if you activate Sanctuary, you can't go into him. But let's say you don't have access to Sanctuary, or you have enough extenders where you don't need Sanctuary. You go into this. If you're going first, you detach, and then you special summon 92. And then we run Galaxy Eyes number 62 too. Just equip it to it. Okay, and then plus your regular board. Let's say you had Union Carrier, and then you had another rank 8 over here or something. So you probably had, say you just made Lord. Okay, well, they get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! This card right here will apply so much pressure to them that they'll have to get rid of this, because they won't be worried about your other board, because they have to get rid of this. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, and whatever damage you would take by this card, your opponent takes. So if you attack into their opponent's monster, it's like if they have 3K beat stick, well, they take the 3K, you don't. But when you make this card, it applies so much pressure, because if they don't get rid of it, you just chain to their end phase. So if they set traps, they can't solemn it, they can't do nothing. You just chain to their end phase, detach, and banish everything they play. Their front row, their back row, everything. You banish every single thing that they have. Then the last card in the deck is Blast. Blast is pretty good. It protects everything you have in special summons. Can't say enough. It's a photon card. So one thing I want to say though, real quick, if you were going second, I'm sure everybody knows the Numera on OTK, but I'm gonna go ahead and go over it anyways. Like I said before, let's say you had this, and then this was still in the field, but you detach this. This would obviously still have one more XZ material without doing anything else, so you don't have to worry about Nibiru, you don't have to worry about anything. You can detach from this, special summon this from special summon this from your deck, and equip the 62 from grave. And then you go to battle phase, you detach from this, he gains 1,000 attack for every rank monster on the field. So you got 8, 16, 25, 26. He's a 26,000 beat stick that you can just hit with for a game. It's kind of crazy. So, and once they get rid of that package, I'll probably play the Blue Jinky Link and some more generic rank 8s. But I want to play these while we got them, because if you don't have access to Sanctuary, it gives you another opportunity. So a lot of times I'll see, like, you'll have Sanctuary. You won't have Sanctuary, and you can't make as big as a board as you would like to. So if you don't have Sanctuary, you have another alternative, because I sometimes like to hide this, because a lot of Galaxy Eyes players don't play this. So if they see Galaxy Eyes, they're not going to expect this. So if worse comes to worse, and you have Sanctuary, just go the standard route, and then, like, pretty much, which is this, and then this is standard combo, which is good with the Galaxy Eyes Photon in hand. And then once you want to go for the OTK, you don't even have to use Dragula Beyond if you don't want to. I'm sure if you didn't want to extend that far, you're afraid of Nibiru or something, you can just summon something else and go off. But I plan on making a combo tutorial if I can get this video to 10 likes. I've been seeing a lot of people watch the videos, but not really liking the videos. But if people want to see a combo tutorial or me talk more about the deck itself or other decks, just leave a comment and get this video to 10 likes, and I will make a combo video and go in more depth about stuff. Just let me know in the comments what you want me to go in depth about, my choices of cards or whatever it may be. But yeah, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay safe out there in this stupid pandemic we got going on. It'll go away eventually. Oh crap, one more thing. The side deck, sorry, side deck. 3 tokens. I'm gonna go through this quick. Dark Ruler no more. Winged Dragon or Raw, you'll see in a second. Lightning Storm. Here's the Tachyon Transmigrations I told you I played. 3 evenly. 3 Sphere Mode for the combo decks. And then the last card I'll play is a tech card of mine. It's very spicy. Spicy, spicy, spicy. Because if you have a Sanctuary and you're playing a control deck, you could just make Sanctuary and then summon this card and just blow everything on the back row up. And that is because it's searchable too. I run 3 Photon Wyvern. Such a good card. You could play Sanctuary and then tribute the 2 tokens for this, and then it blows up the whole back row. And even if they negate it or blow it up or something, you can still play. You don't have to worry about nothing. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.